All right, guys. Now we're talking about price action. We've known about support and resistance and trend line. Now we want to talk about price action. Now, just like the name implies, price action, it's very simple. It simply means we want to know the reaction of price. We want to know what action price is going to take when it approaches a support and resistance level or trend lines. Remember, I said the support and resistance level and the trend lines are levels that does what? That allow the market to do what? Make their waves. Now, we talked about the force. The force you want to see in the market is represented in what? The candles. The force you want to see in the market is represented in the candles. And what is a candle? Remember, the market can be represented in either candlestick, bar chart, and line chart. But mostly people make use of the candlestick, but I prefer using the bar chart. Now, I'm going to talk about the candle. The candle is the representation of what? The torso between the buyers and the sellers. Now, when we talk about price action, do you want to know what happened between the buyers and the what? And the sellers? At the beginning of a particular bar formation till the end, that means the close, the candle represents the activities of what? The buyers and the sellers. And that is what price action is all about. It shows the activities of the buyers and the sellers. They are told with the fight between who is going to do what? Absorb each other, or who is going to win. So when the buyers win, we have a buyer's bar. When the sellers win, we have the seller's bar. Now, in order for us to be able to interpret the flow of the market, we need to understand that price action is just the representation of what? The buyers and the sellers. Their fight, the activities that happen between the buyers and the sellers. And it is represented by what? A candle. Now, when price approach a support and resistance region, we talked about force in our last class. Now, when price approach a support and resistance region, that is where you want to understand your force. Now, in this scenario, if this is our support and resistance region, this is our trend line. When price approaches all these points I am highlighting right now, when price approaches all these points I am highlighting right now, that is where you want to see what? Be alert to understand what price action is saying. And what is that? What the relationship between the buyers and the sellers at that particular area, what is it saying? What language is it speaking? Now, it is as a result of the price action and the collision with support and resistance. That is why we have little market fluctuations. And that fluctuations can come in what? Range. This is what a range market looks like. Just market going upward and downward within a specific space. Or it gives us what? A trend. And remember I said we have the uptrend and the what? And the downtrend. So this is what price action does. Price action is just the representation of what? The activities between the buyers and the sellers. After the tussle between the buyers and the sellers, what happened? The candle gives us more reasons. It gives us more reasons, clear reasons, visuals on how we could be able to do what? Predict or understand the flow of activities between the buyers and the sellers around a specific bar. Now, when price action is being acted or is acting upon a particular level, we need to have a what? A response. And whatever that response is, gives birth to the what? The market movement. And that is why we have the range and we have the what? The fluctuations of what? Of price. This is what price action is all about. Now, we've talked about support and resistance, trend line, and price action. These are the basic you need to understand. As far as Forex technical analysis is concerned, these are the basic you need to understand, because these three defines, like I said, the movement of the markets and what gives us the understanding of the flow of the market. When you understand the candle representation, you now understand what each bar represents and what each bar is saying in alignment to what the total market movement. When they act on a support or resistance level, you want to understand that, okay, price is acting on a support and resistance level. And it is because of this support and resistance level, that is why we have what? Movement in price. Now, when we understand how to read the price and we understand the movements, support and resistance level, the next thing we want to know is what? Of course, how to predict market directions. And that is why the next thing you need to understand as a basic in order to predict market directions is the chart patterns. So we will go now to the next topic, which is what? Chart patterns. Thank you.